Okay. Sunday. Hello. Right. So we were looking at this the last time, and hopefully you are okay with the basic stuff. I have given a homework question, the pseudocode and flowchart for this one. That is, we enter the price of the cake and the number of cakes. Amount is calculated. If it's once checked out, you have that's assignment. Discount is taken, and otherwise discount is 0. And then we have tax amount minus this. Okay. By raise of hands, how many have done this answer? Someone. Okay. How come no one showed me the flow chart? How come no one sent me at least a picture of the flow chart? Okay, so I'm not going to dig into this. I mean, we have a lot of things to do. Someone have a flowchart on your computer? All right. So in that case, Salman, can I see your flowchart? And that. Okay, scroll down. Amount is that question. Okay. Now, this is one of the key things I was checking for. Is the quantity, cake quantity greater than 5? If it's yes, then the amount discount is this. The way you have drawn this is one of the main things I wanted to see. We think, oh, that's a simple flowchart I can do. This way you have connected the line is wrong. This means what it's saying is after you do a discount of 10%, then you go and also set the discount to 0 because you're connecting here. So this line must come here, right? Not to this one. It must come between the boxes to this line. That's an important thing. No, yes. Okay. Wow, that's how hard it is to draw on this program. I wouldn't ever want to use this one. And then you go to the calculation and output fine. Now it's fine. Okay, right. So you can take off your screen share. Anyone else who tried it? Ryan, okay. Okay, put your hands down. Raise of hands the ones who did the same mistake. 100. No, only iron. Okay, so another mistake would be, 1 minute, someone is trying to connect. Somewhere. Saber, Assalamu alaikum. كتبت واجبات البيت.
I sent it to you,
Flowchart.
The flowchart I sent it on WhatsApp. You said I showed you on the.
Is it?
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
The program I sent it to you, right?
Yeah. No, I asked you if that was a program or pseudocode. It was neither. It was between.
That was a
It was
Python.
mixing up things. So you didn't answer me. You know how annoyed I get when people don't respond in time. So when people ignore me, I ignore them. That's the equation. Now, the first thing is when we do the flow chart, we don't show the declaration of variables, right? Ananya, please mute your microphone. Thanks. The second thing, now I want to highlight this specific point, that is the part that comes here, amount equals to this. Who's sending me these messages?
So you're not sharing screen.
I'm not sharing screen. Oh. What happened? I thought I was sharing. This is screen share. I stopped it to show this guy's screen, right? Right. Okay. Right. So here is a common mistake that we were talking about. After you calculate the amount, you check this one. Is the quantity more than 5? So basically, you have a decision box. Is the quantity more than 5? If it's a yes, we're doing something, and then that's finished there. If it's a no, we're doing something else. Now, so discount is 0, that one. Now, one mistake we saw is that you put the line here, and that's wrong. Okay, because it means after you give 10%, you also want to make it 0. That's what it means. Another mistake made is when you bring that line here, it means the same thing. Give 10% and then make it 0. If it's less than 5, it will be anyway 0, 5 or less. So the correct method to do this is to bring it straight here, right? So this has to be avoided. Who are the 2 people online? Vihango. Okay. Right. Okay. So now we have seen two simple examples with this one. Okay, fine. The condition has been done. Now let's go to. Let me first recall what we had in the last class. Huh? Familiar name. From where? Color.
Yes. It's in Dubai. It's proper.
Have I seen him? The picture here. This is this one, Shamila's husband.
Yes.
He's not here.
In Dubai.
Long time.
The program is saying it's here.
Yeah, that is ancient. Right. So we were the last class was seventh, eighth. Okay. So that was the last of the previous one. Sunday, 4 July. Okay. So that was the previous one. Okay. Now I'm going to give you all a question. Who is sending me messages? 1 minute. I need to see. I know the person who is sending me the messages. I need to double check this. Okay, so now we move to the Python code of this. I think so. Once you know that the kind of mistakes you must not make on a flowchart, so now we go and write the Python code for you. I think writing the Python code should not be a problem for most of you, but since I had given it as a question, I will write it because I don't think I need to check each and every one at this point. So I'm going to start off with the pseudocode. Let's take the pseudocode first, and what is this one? We first take the code, and where is that? Where is that? There. Okay. So we are building on this code, right? We comment the variable declarations. So the first thing we do, if you're changing pseudocode, we comment the variable declarations. That means your Python code needs, we know this already, we have said this already. The Python code must have the variables declared, right? The second thing, the input lines. So this is simply to convert into Python syntax. The question is price of the cake and number of cakes. Number of cakes is obviously going to be a whole number. Let me first deal with that. So quantity is the integer of input, which is like this. Okay. As for the price, it's common that you will have prices like 25.50. Well, at least in Sri Lanka it's rare, but it is common, right? Something is 5.75, 5.75. So for this reason, I want the cake price to be not integer. I want it to be a number that is real. Even here, I think we will take the price and put it as real. It is better to do it like that. It's not a problem. We can think of it as whole numbers. Okay, since we did the pseudocode already, I don't want to go back on it. So let's keep it like this. So in that case, we will take this also as integer input. But it's rare that you have prices that are integers. Amount is calculated, simply change the assignment. This is Python, we can't have the arrow. If the quantity, if command is simple letters, is greater than 5, colon, discount equals this one, else, colon, discount equals 0. And if doesn't exist, it's a comment. Many students don't put this, and it's not a big deal. I put it because of clarity. When you're reading the code, you can see easily where this ends. In a simple program like this, tiny programs like this, it's not a big deal. But when you're writing programs that are like, for example, 25,000 lines long, then definitely having this kind of comments is going to be helpful. Before, in the older syllabuses of computing, we had a module where students had to do a project. They had to write a program and submit it over a period of 4 months approximately, and document it as well. Of course, only very few people used to do that properly. The students would write programs starting from around 10,000 lines and go on to about 25,000, 30,000 lines in a language like Pascal or C. That was one era. Taxes amount minus this Final amount equals to this, and now we come to the output lines. So keep in mind, you can't mix the pseudo commands in Python. And we are done. I don't know if there are syntax errors, but hopefully we have done everything in order. Let's see if we can run this. Price of cake. So its price is, let's say, we just check out a small amount here, 104. That means 400. So there are no syntax errors. Price of cakes. This pseudocode, this program is not mine actually. I think somebody's code has been pasted. Whose program was this? Last week, whose pseudocode did I put in here? Because from the way the wording is done, I know it's not mine. Alicia, yours?
It was mine.
Why? Okay. The way it's written, I know it's not mine. So we go to the next one, get the discount, check the price of the cake is 6 pieces. Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, it's number of cakes. Let's say 6. So, no, it's a difficult number. Let's do it again. 10, and you have 6 pieces, so $60. 10% is 6, needs to be deducted from that. Tax is 2.7 on the balance. Okay. Okay. Fine. I think that's fine. Okay. So just for the benefit of whoever wants to have it, I will put the code there. Let's keep it as program homework. Write the Python code for the above algorithm. Let me change the question. $14. The question is, write the Python code for the following pseudo code. For the following pseudocode. So this is the answer.
Sir, can you paste the flowchart also, sir?
I did not draw the flowchart.
Okay,
You
sir.
you want the flowchart to be drawn?
It's better, sir, if it
Alright.
is in the tute.
Where is this? All right, let's see if we can have the flowchart in there. Because I'm not going to pay attention to all the symbols and stuff, right? It's just the complete flowchart, a sketch of it. So we have the start. Then we come enter this, that's an input box. Next input box. I can have both the inputs in one box. I might consider that. Why not? because of the space, right? Amount is calculated, process. Decision box is quantity greater than 5. Yes or no? If yes, discount is 10%. No means you have a different amount. Tax is calculated, final amount calculated, 2 processes. Let's put it in one. And then the output of 3 lines. So let's do that. Yeah. And stop. So it would be rather easy if I just copy that. Copy that. Amount is calculated. You can break it like this at the exam if you have to. There's no problem with that. Is the quantity greater than 5? Is the quantity greater than 5? Yes, then the discount is calculated. No means the discount is 0. Tax is calculated and final amount calculated. And the 3 output lines. That's it. And then the start and the stop. So it doesn't matter. You have to just write it. Up to date, I have not found any program that is good for drawing flowcharts easily. Drawing flowcharts, yes, we have programs, but drawing them easily to my requirement, I can't find anything. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to beat drawing on the board. There is no space here. Can we fit it in here? Wouldn't fit in, would it? No, I don't want to put it like that. Let's go on to a new page and have it there. Yeah, okay. Right, so that's basically it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to give you one more question and then I want to go on to a new section from here. So question number one, this is considered question one. The previous one was more like homework, right? I have space here, yes. Okay. I want a program to let the user input the age of a student and calculate the amount of fees payable. Oh no, wait, I need another section for this before we can go here. Okay, let's do it like this, a different question. Slightly easier than that. So here is the thing. A basketball tournament is played between two teams. Write a program to input the name of each team and their final scores. Not a breakdown, just the final number. If team A has got 50 and the next one has got 30, we're talking about those points. Then output the name of the winning team and the score by which they won. If you want an example to see how this works, enter name of team 1. We will say Lions. And the score. Enter score. We enter 67. Then enter the name of team 2. Bears. Enter the score for them. 70. Now I need to see winners or Bears win, right? Bears win by 3 points. That's the result. Bears win by 3 points. Okay. If it was the other way around, if Lions had 75, then Lions win by 5 points. Do you understand? So I want you to only write a program, nothing else. No flow chart, no pseudocode, only program. I'm going to put this question on chat so that it will be easy for you than staring at my screen. Okay, if you have a question, you should ask me now. Not necessarily now. You may ask me if you have a question. So the question, I put the question as well on the chat. I gave you the sample of how it works. So the user should be able to basically input two teams and their scores, and the program must say the winning team is this, won by so much. Rahul, could you repeat your question? I don't understand what you're asking me. You should do Python, only Python. That's what I just said. I don't want anything else. I just want Python. After we are done with Python, I will come to check how we do it in pseudocode.
So I'm done, sir.
Who's I?
I'm Azir, sir.
Azhar, okay.
Me too, sir. Fine.
Fine, I'm seeing your text. Are you using a Windows machine today?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Ah, that's why all this text is upset. Why? Why do you switch?
No, so like my Mac is like slowing down. So that's it.
Okay. It's all muddled up. The code is. Okay. By raise of hands, how many have completed? Ananya, Solution. Okay, keep your hands raised, the ones who are done. Sabir, can I see how far you have done the code?
No, on not yet finished, but wait one minute. Just a minute.
Did you say something? I didn't hear.
Uh, 1 second. My something.
It doesn't matter whether it's working or not. I just want to see how far you have done it. See, I don't need to see a complete program. When I see a part of it, I can tell you which way you all are going. Sabir? تفعل أنت؟ صابر أنت هنا؟
Oh, no, I presented. Can I share? No, it's ready. Huh?
Huh?
It's not ready yet. I'll share it now.
Yeah, share it. It's okay. I want to see what you have done. You're copying the old one and changing.
Yeah,
Right. So change the words, cake price.
I had to change it. Okay.
Okay, take it off. It's faster to do a new program for this rather than changing the old one. Omema, can I see what you have done? Omema Fahim. Not available, Omema Fahim? Huh. Why are you starting now?
So the other one, it just crashed.
Crashed, okay. Right. Your syntax is not right, child. For the input, check the syntax. There's no input in front. If it's Python, there's no input line, no input word in front. Okay, take it off. In sudo, you start with the line input. Right, let's see what you have. Run it, Mendes.
So, shall I share the screen?
That's what I'm saying. enter, okay. Okay, all right, you're still not done, you're going on. Okay, go ahead, take it off. Salman Fazil, can I see what you have? Okay, go ahead. Alicia, can I see what you have? Okay, go ahead. Vihanger. What are you showing? There's nothing, right? Ah. All right, okay, fine. All right, take it off. Ryan.
So can you use the screen?
Yeah. Okay, take it off. Amjad. Okay, take it off. Salvation. Okay. Time. Ananya. Okay. Take it off. Sauda. All right. Okay. Fine. Take it off. Right. So everyone is in the same direction. Let me first start by doing this. When you start a program, unless you have properly, created a plan and everything, and you don't have a list of all the variables you're going to need. You just have an idea what is necessary. I have to enter the two names, so I'm going to say, okay. I also give the example. So enter name of team 1, enter name of team 2, enter score, right? So the name is a string, so there is no int. So you say, let's call it team 1 equals. Remember, don't keep a space. Not only remember, everyone, remember, had a space. Don't write team 1 like this. This is not correct. Variable names must not have spaces. This is a rule not only for programs, it's a rule for pseudocode as well. Pseudocode, flowcharts, everything. You can't have spaces in a variable name. Team 1 is input, enter name of team 1. Or the score. We'll call that score 1. It's a number. Integer input, enter, score. Done. Now I know I have to have two variables. So I declare them. Declare team 1. I'll obviously need team 2. Their strings. Declare score 1. Then I need score 2. Integer. Right. Now team 1 and 2, we can repeat this for team 2. So when the program runs, it's asking enter name of team 1, let's say cats, team 2, birds. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Team 1 cats and the score 5. Team 2 birds. Score 6. Nothing else happens. At least we have got the two teams in and their scores. Now we have a condition to check. If score 1 is bigger than score 2, then the winning team is going to be team 1. Otherwise, the winning team is team 2. Let's close that. And if we are not thinking about what if these are equal, we are assuming they'll always be different. Right? So if you wanted to, you could say that as well, but I'm not interested in that. Yes, just get, it's a simple question, right? Now I want to say, okay, so I want to know the win by how much. So we need to say whatever the winning team wins by how many points. So I can say print the winning team. What's the winning team? Winning team win by some points. So let's run it. Team 1 ends. Enter score 4. Team 2 cats win by score is 6. So obviously cats is higher. Cats win by this. Now I have not declared a winning team. We go and put it in again. See, I'm doing it to show you how we build this. Okay, we don't know all of the variables. We don't know what and what we're going to need. Well, if you're really doing a proper program, you will know because you have a plan before that. But when you sit to code to learn, you don't know everything in advance. You are not planning everything. So you just come and start working on it and then build it as it goes. Now, win by how much? We are not said how much. So we can do that here the way all of you have done. The difference is because score 1 is greater, score 1 minus score 2. If it is on this side, it will be score 2 minus score 1. Win by difference. Check. Ends and enter the score 3 bugs. Enter the score 6. Bugs win by 3. Let's do it again. Bulls is 10 and bears, oops, is 6. Bulls win by 4. I missed the point, the word points. So just add to the end of it, points. Check. Just say A and B. Okay. AA has got 4 points, BB has got 5 points. Okay. Now, the logic of the program is fine. So, undefined variables, diff has not been defined. We can put that as well. So, let's put that in here as answer 1. No, let's just make this into that one. Put a table. Little bit. What happened? Can't do anything about that, can I? It's going to break line anyway. Can use it in somewhere. Okay, let's do this. Take space from here. All right. So now this is Python, right? Answer 1. Answer 2. Your answers are fine. If you went down this line, it is fine. But there is a little bit of an improvement we can make. Why can't this is score 1 minus score 2, this is score 2 minus score 1. Why can't we do it in one place? What's the practical problem? If you do this, what's the practical problem we will face? Alicia, what's the problem if I do this? Raise your hand, the ones who think they know the answer.
So can you please repeat what you said?
Yeah, I'm asking now, I'm doing the difference. Instead of putting 1 here and 1 here, I'm doing the difference here. There is a small problem that happens here. What is that problem? Raise your hands if you know the answer. Oh, okay.
So you're minusing only the score 1 by score 2. What about score 2 by score 1?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm doing it like this. Remember, what's the problem?
So if score 2 is greater than score 1, then the difference will be negative.
Yes, that's exactly the answer we wanted to hear. If score 2 is bigger than score 1, then the difference, the value for diff would be negative. Now that's why you all had to put it inside that each if condition, in the each part of the statement here. If Now, the problem can be solved using a method like this. There is a function called ABS. ABS of something. In mathematics, we write ABS in math. We write absolute values. If you take the variable x, we put the lines like this, which means absolute, right? The pipe signs, the vertical lines. We put that and it means absolute. So if you say x minus y, may be positive, may be negative. If you put these marks on the side, it means absolute. The pipes mean absolute. Now, absolute is a math term, and it also can be used when you want to take, in pseudocode, the word ABS can be used. So, without ABS, yes, like you all said, let's run the program. Enter team 1 score. Team 1 name is Ant. Score is 5, and bugs score is 3. It's fine. But if it was the other way around, ants has 4 and cats have 6 or 7 minus 3, that doesn't look right. But the moment you put absolute, let's try it again. Ants has 5 and the bugs team has 4. That's win by 1. The other way around, ants team has 5 and the bugs team has 9. The difference is 4. So what does ABS or the absolute function do? It gives you the value without the sign. So x minus y, it will subtract it, give the difference only between the two without only the value. So this is allowed for the exam. It's allowed in pseudocode as well as a standard function. This was the main part of this question. I wanted to introduce you to this. So we are using absolute here. Right. Let's just jot down a short point there. Maybe what I'll do is, you know the first method, so I'll write it as pseudocode here. Now remember, for your paper 2, target paper 2 and paper 3s, you need pseudocode, the algorithm, not the program code, right? So declare is done getting the input for team 1. Input team 1. Then score 1. Remember, no spaces, no integer, nothing here. And we repeat that for the next one. Team 2, score 2. And no spacing variable, keep that in mind. Thinking where that went. Right. So once the inputs have been done, if score is greater, then winning this one, else, winning team, this one, diff ABS, as we normally do, we would write it in uppercase in pseudo. It's not a rule, but it's just the way we're doing it. Output, this one, and it's done. When printing, I could have used an F string in Python. I didn't do that. I just put it like this. It wouldn't help either. I mean, putting an F string doesn't mean anything here. So it's up to you. It's no problem. Right. Now that's with regards to the absolute function. So basically, what we understand from that is that the absolute function that is ABS in pseudo returns a value without its sign. So ABS of 25 is 25 and ABS of minus 30 is 30. That's it. So like this, you have to be able to demonstrate the use of the conditions in your code. Now, we also have what we call the nested condition. Right. So to do the nested condition, this is the second question. Yes. Before we explain nested condition, let's do this. Write a program. No. Write an algorithm, pseudocode. To let the user input a mark, 1 mark, and output a grade using the table below. That means for each mark, a separate grade. Oh, what happened now? We have mark and we have grade. If the mark is greater than or equal to 80, then the grade is A. Say 80 or more. Then 70 to 79 is a B. 50 to 69 is a C. And below 50 is X. Now, we have to understand the concept of nesting here. That's why I wanted it to be a pseudocode and not a program. So, when we do nested loops, we have a way of writing it. We could do it without nesting as well. It's entirely up to you. But in certain cases, certain methods are preferred. Right. First, I want to see how you will do this Write the pseudocode now. Start.
It's not what you is.
It says on that.
No, he says, so is the objective is today, and when it come after 2 or 3 months, there obviously until you
But it says no. Until 1 year so much, 2 years so much.
that's amazing.
Okay. By raising your hands, indicate to me who has finished by now, or you think you have finished. Okay. Sabir, let's see what you have done. Right. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. It's fine.
I haven't
Uh,
put the indifs yet.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So, but there,
I haven't
okay,
changed.
still okay, fine. It's still okay. Right, take it off. Amjad, let's see what you have. Right. So this is a lot like what Sabit was doing. It is nesting. Yes, it is nesting. It's what Sabit was doing. Same thing. Okay, take it off. Vihanga, let's see yours. Right. You have decided to use case. The problem is this. Except for one language, and that is Python, that is Pascal. No other programming language that I have used in my life allows you to give a range for case. To start with, Python doesn't support case. Okay, so that means you will never be tested with the case command in paper 4, A2. But as for pseudocode, we are not allowed to give a range for the case command. It's always a single selection. So this is not, you're not able to put, not able to do nested conditions for pseudo using case. Okay, so you have to change it, and I didn't teach you all the case command yet. So anyway, even if I did, then the showing a range for case is not done. Okay, good try anyway. Ananya, let's see yours. Yes. Your indenting needs to be worked on. But apart from that, this would have been amongst the top answers. The indenting and style of writing needs to get improved drastically. Okay, so I will. Okay, you can take it off. I will explain this. Why this is so? Why it is better? You can lower your hands. Share screen. Right. Now watch this. Watch this. We are asking for pseudocode, right? We ask for the input first. We get the input from the user. Enter a mark. Now it's a matter of checking. If the mark entered is greater than or equal to 80, we'll write it in the annoying method that examiners want us to do it. Then let's just say output grade as A. Okay. Else, that means else means it's not greater than or equal to 80. Now we indent it up to this point. up to the output, the word output. So else means otherwise. So if the mark is greater than or equal to 80, you do A, otherwise you can't say B. You have to check again what is the range. If the mark is greater than or equal to 70 and mark is less than or equal to a mark is less than 80, then do this one. But there's another issue here. Let's come back to the top. Is the mark greater than or equal to 80? Yes, we do A. If the mark is 75, is it greater than or equal to 80? No. Then come to the else part. Check, is it between 70 and 80? Now, you can check if it is greater than or equal to 70. Yes, that's fine. But do you have to see whether it's less than 80? No. Because you jump into the else block because it is not greater than or equal to 80. That's why you came into the else section. So then this checking, is it and less than or equal to 80? No, you don't need this. It is correct, it works, but it is unwanted. Okay, it's unwanted. So we remove that check. It's not wrong, it's unnecessary. Right? Just like when you're driving a car, you put a seat belt. When you go and sit on your chair in your bedroom, you don't need a seat belt. Is there a problem if you wear a seat belt? It's not necessary. When you go to bed, you don't have a seat belt. Right? So like that. When you sit in your classroom chairs, you don't need a seat belt. Like that. So it's an unwanted check. So we're checking, is it more than or equal to 70? No need to check less because of the else. And see how I'm indenting it. Every time I put an else, it is under the if. Every time I put the action output or something under the if, it's indented. Then is indented. Writing then on a new line is a big pain. It's a useless thing, but examiners are showing it like this, so we do it like this. So otherwise, else, we go say if the mark is greater than or equal to 50, no need to say and less than 79. And less than 70, no need. So, and less than 70, no need, skip. Then, output, this is B. Now this is C. Else. Else means what? It's not even more than 50, not greater than or equal to 50, else. If you had another condition, you can put it, but you don't have. You don't need to. You don't need to say else if it is less than 50, because else means it's not greater than or equal to 50. That means it's obviously less. Else output X. So this indenting is essential. End if for that else, end if for this one, end if for this one, sorry, this end if for this if, this else is here, and this one for this one. This font is quite difficult to work with. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. Right. I hope that's clear. I could have used a version of the if command without nesting as well, but it's okay. This is fine. Okay. Now I'm going to stop with this for today. Remember about the case command, the rule. Sabir, your hand is raised. You have a question? Okay. Before we go, I want to take your attendance. 1 minute. Computer science attendance. Okay, so today is the 14th of August. Ananya, Vihanga, Sauda, Azir, Lakman, Sagar, Alicia, Arishwan, are you here? Arishwan is not here. Why is Arishwan in this list? Amjad doesn't come. Ryan Fernando, Salman, Omema, Salman, yes. Ranet Mendes and Amjad, Abu Fahad. Right. Okay, class. So I'm sorry we have taken a little extra time. Make sure you revise this. We have to go on to a newer section from on the next lesson. So please be very thorough with this part. All right, that will be it for today. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Welcome. Bye.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
sir. Bye, sir.
Welcome. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Alaikum salam. Welcome. Sabir, كيف أنت؟ Wait. Have 1 minute.